Welcome to this week's edition of Just Ask Freeman. I'm Rebecca Powers here with Freeman Owen Jr. I've learned so much from him. I know thousands of families have planned their retirement with this wonderful man. He's the CEO and founder of Financial Sources, Inc. Hello, great to see you.
Good to see you, Ms. Powers. Rebecca, we're going to talk about some good things today. Want to elaborate a little bit more. We were talking about the cost, the financial inventory. Let's dig a little bit deeper.
Yeah,
let's look
it was a popular show last week.
It was, very much so. Again, after I discuss healthcare costs, which can pose a risk to your financial secure retirement. Yes, it can. Well, we're going to resolve some of those risks. You know, I mentioned the fact that over the past 20 years, healthcare costs sort of outpaces inflation. And there are different components, like there's original Medicare, there's Medicare Advantage, that there should be some way of describing how that works, and the prescription drug plans. Now, as I mentioned, 20 years, healthcare costs continue to increase faster than inflation.
Right.
Alrighty. It's time to plan for that future. I mentioned the fact, what would happen in the event that you have husband and wife, maybe family plan, in the event that one of the spouses pass, is it transferable to the next or to the surviving spouse? What happens if the one of the spouses pass and they're eligible for Medicare and you're not? Just ask Freeman. You better call us at 833-414-7233, barcode right there on the left, to schedule a consultation. Absolutely free. No fees. Come into our office and discuss as part of your plan, if you have to deal with the original Medicare. Now, Rebecca, suppose I have a client who's 64.
Okay.
They come in. They're a little squeamish about health care. What do I say to that client who is 64 years old, and I know that in 1 year or at age 65, you must apply for Medicare Part A, hospital stay? That means that particular benefit is free to you, but there is a penalty if you miss that magic age of 65, not applying for Medicare Part A. It's sort of like that's the law of the land.
Right.
And it's a significant penalty if you miss. Now, Medicare, that's part of the original Medicare Part, original Medicare, 65 and older. Now, eventually, you may separate from service. Portability of your insurance plan, is that possible? Well, folks, if it's not, just ask Freeman. Call me at 833-414-7233 and learn how to deal with the Medicare benefits of which you paid for. You paid Medicare taxes. You paid Social Security taxes.
Right, you paid into it all those years.
From the time, as a matter of fact, when I worked at McDonald's in high school, I paid FICA. I paid Medicare's and Social Security, the Social Security tax. So you're entitled to your Medicare Part A, and now you need to know how to deal with Medicare Part B and what role Medicare benefits plays in your overall financial plan.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a big part of it.
It is.
And it's confusing. And so many people, you get postcards and come to this free meal and do Medicare. But that's just part of what you do anyway.
Exactly. See, that's all part of the financial literacy plan, the financial inventory we kept emphasizing. Healthcare, again, well, it increases faster than inflation.
Which we're all feeling.
That's it. And all this ties into life expectancy. So, folks, you need an overall program. Let me just sort of give you a synopsis. We know that healthcare expenses will increase when you retire. As a matter of fact, while you're working, it still increases.
Yeah.
Number two, you've got to understand with your financial inventory, what to do with your Social Security. What about tax qualified plans, how it fits into your overall financial literacy, financial inventory, your various insurances, which are important when it comes to life insurance. But then again, we have to look at these healthcare expenses. And we were talking about the original Medicare. Now, let's separate from service. We've got Blue Cross Blue Shield or Care First, one of the insurance companies, that which we have a private insurance company. Now, we separate from service. Folks, is that health insurance portable? You've heard that word, portable. Will you be able to carry it with you once you separate from service? Now, you're getting close to eligibility age for your Medicare. Will your family that you had on family plan, will they be able to remain on that health insurance policy, your private coverage?
Good point.
When you make the transition to your Medicare? Another question is, I've got, Freeman, what role will Medicare Part B play when it comes to my health coverage?
Yeah.
Well, it's portable. You brought your private health insurance with you. You're now eligible to receive Medicare Part B, in which you pay a premium for. And most of the time, that comes out of your Social Security. See, all this intertwined financial planning, the financial inventory, folks make, let me tell you, Rebecca.
They just make mistakes because they don't know better.
They don't
None of us were
know.
taught this. It's like pieces of a puzzle without the box cover where you know what you're even trying to do,
That's it.
right?
And a lot of folks are in the blind, and they are taking, quote, financial advice, unquote, from various co-workers and people. Well, I was told. No, you were told wrong.
You hear that every day, don't you?
That's right.
Well, my neighbor said,
That's it.
my sister said.
So if you want to understand your financial literacy, understand the financial inventory. How does your health care expenses fit into your overall plan? Just ask Freeman.
Ask Freeman.
Call us at 833-414-7233. Now, let me do a little pitch here because I want 10 folks to call in. When you become a client, I have a text, the top 10 IRA mistakes, and the tax traps associated with. Now, this is a good read. There are 10 major IRA mistakes that can coincide with healthcare expense when it comes to your healthcare mistakes. You need to know. Give me a call. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233 and get a financial literacy makeover.
Oh, I like that. I'm
How
writing
about
that down for marketing, financial literacy makeover. That's exactly what we are doing here. And that appointment that Freeman talks about and all the literature he'll share with you is absolutely complimentary. This is something that he hopes every single one of you can benefit from. All right, stay with us. I'm Rebecca Powers here with Freeman Owen Jr. And if we want to know anything about retirement, we just ask Freeman.
The work never seems to end until the day it finally does. After nearly a lifetime on the job, you should be rewarded for all the time you spent working. Whether that's crossing off items on your bucket list, learning a new passion, or rekindling the love of an old one. After all, life isn't over when you stop working. It's the start of an all-new chapter. The one where you're the writer and you get to choose how your story will go. A way to achieve that is by having a clear financial plan to sustain your golden years. The biggest fear most retirees have is if they'll have enough money to maintain the lifestyle they've always enjoyed. Having a plan to help protect you against the curveballs life often throws will help to maintain your lifestyle. Call today to get your free written financial plan so you may live every day to the fullest and enjoy the retirement of your dreams.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. We're here talking with Freeman Owen Jr. each week. This is all about your retirement. If you're 10 years to retirement, or especially if you're in retirement, you need a written plan. We're going to take all the pieces of those puzzles and put it all together. Of course, we're talking about Medicare and the importance. It seems so very complicated, but that's why you offer that service as part of the holistic plan.
Yeah, it's complex, and folks make mistakes on choosing their health care. They don't know the difference between Medicare, the traditional original Medicare, and then Medicare Advantage.
Gotcha. Okay.
Which encompasses parts A, B, Medicare Advantage, C, and D, covers all aspects of your health care, compared to the regular Medicare. A, hospital stay. B, no copay. There's no referral that's necessary to, in other words, you can retain your own physicians, your GYNs.
Okay,
and so
good.
on. Then you have to deal with A and B covers 80% of your health care. Now, what about the other 20%?
Yeah.
Your primary coverage that you had while working becomes your secondary to take care of the 20%, plus a prescription drug plan. So there's a difference between the original Medicare health coverage and the type of expenses versus Medicare Advantage, which is sort of like all in one, A, B, C, D. It you just, in other words, now I've compared, sometimes it's a little bit more expensive than the regular Medicare versus Medicare, let me see, the regular Medicare, and sometimes the regular Medicare is a little bit more expensive than the Medicare Advantage. But
and it depends on your situation.
It depends on your situation, yes.
What about the prescription drugs? You mentioned that. Is that separate?
Yes.
Could you get just that if you wanted to? Or?
Yes, you choose the prescription drug plan. Sometimes you might need a little help on trying to find the right provider, private provider that will discount the prescriptions or the payment for these prescriptions. So it's a very competitive type, I should say, with these providers. You hear RX, you see WellCare, all these different. So we kind of help you with that choice as well.
You can compare, you can look at everything and pick the best.
Exactly. Now, you know, I was saying that last segment, how retirement planning is a maze. It's a puzzle. And you want to make sure there's no mistakes made in different categories. Healthcare, your Social Security, the distribution of your tax-qualified plans. Folks, you need some planning, and you need support. You need help, and you need someone to look out for your best interests. And how do you do that? Just ask Freeman. It's just that simple. Call us at 833-414-7233. Get your complimentary consultation. Hit that barcode right there, and it will go to a landing page, and you'll be able to input the information needed to schedule your complimentary consultation. No fees. Just kick back and relax and just enjoy someone who's looking out. Here's an advisor looking out for your best interest, have the knowledge so that you can navigate through your retirement very, very comfortably.
Absolutely.
And what we do? Just ask Freeman. 833-414-7233 and get your complimentary consultation today.
Yeah, so you map out everything going forward, including all the things that we've talked about. But you can also look back a little, right? With a third-party wonderful software that you pay a lot of money to have for your clients.
Really?
You can show what they, kind of the past, where they've been and where they could go, and you can give different scenarios.
I do. Measure risk tolerance. Some folks are conservative, some are medium risk, some are like high risk. I don't offer these high risk, try to get rich soon, quick.
Amen.
It takes a little time.
Right.
Your money has to grow, and it's going right along with you, along with your life expectancy. And you need the comfortability, be very comfortable in your retirement. So I do have the software that measures risk tolerance. In other words, I stay in my lane, more conservative,
Yes.
safe-minded. And because the reason I do that now is over the many years, is I've seen it work.
Right.
I have clients 80 and 90 years old, 35 years with me, 40 years when I was much younger. They started with me and trusted me 35, 40 years.
Yeah.
And they're getting their guaranteed income. They have reasonably good health. Their beneficiaries are set up so that they can avoid mistakes when it comes to distribution. They've got the new edition of my text. I'm gonna have it flash right up there, the 10 IRA mistakes and the tax traps. It also includes one of the major pieces in that, or I should say chapters in that book, is the Secure Act 2.0, which of course changed the way the distribution of assets, tax qualified money, and even tax-free monies
Right. We like that.
are set up to be transferred to our children. So we just have to include, and it's several visits, folks. We're not just going to come in there and you just buy a product or, no.
Yeah.
We're doing we're planning as a financial professional, giving you the guidelines, helping you with financial literacy, helping you with your financial inventory, which encompasses a lot, Rebecca. And folks, you want to know how this is done? Just ask Freeman. Call for your complimentary consultation on 833-414-7233. Call today. And there's a barcode right there. It goes right to a landing page.
Exactly. It's very easy. And we want to give you about a minute right now. We're going to take a very short break. Use this minute to give us a call. Get your calendar ready. Let's get that appointment and start your journey to financial freedom with Freeman Owen Jr. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
You know, retirement planning can be stressful. We pride ourselves on being different from other financial planning firms. You know, and during your initial meeting, we will get to know you and you will get to know us. We want to learn all about your vision for retirement, and together we'll design a plan to achieve your long-term financial goals. Our friendly staff will make you feel comfortable. The moment you walk in that door, call us today for your complimentary review. You deserve the retirement of your dreams. Just ask Freeman. Call us at 1-833-414-7233.
Welcome back to Just Ask Freeman. Thousands of families throughout our area have called Freeman over 40 years now and gotten so much advice. We were talking about you have 85, 90, 95-year-old clients.
Yes.
That you set them up 40 years ago, and it's like the hare and the tortoise story, right?
Exactly.
Turtle, just slow and steady, safe, 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 stay in my lane. That's what so many of us crave, especially with what's going on in the world.
And the timing was perfect because we planned out early in my career so that they would have a comfortable retirement. Never run, I told them years ago, like I tell clients, the current clients now, I tell the new clients, we're going to set up monies such that the distribution from your income producing assets will last longer than you.
A well-oiled machine.
It will last longer than you. And think of ways to minimize taxes on those distributions. Now, we talked about health care, the expenses.
And Medicare and the different...
That's right. Now, long-term care. I'm going to carry this sequence. According to longtermcare.gov, 70% of people age 65, and I mentioned this before, will need some type of critical care or long-term care. They'll need some custodial support in their lives, in our lives, once you reach age 65. Now, folks, did you know that the national average, in a nursing home is currently a little over $105,000 per annum?
Yeah.
The average stay in that nursing home is 2.9%. Do you wish to stay in a nursing home? or be there? No.
Most
You
of us
better
would say no.
just ask Freeman how to avoid that. Call us at 833-414-7233 so you know how to utilize your resources, okay, to pay for long-term care services. Now, you can use personal savings. Now, do you want to deplete your personal savings for long-term care? Let me tell you something else, folks. Medicare does not take care of custodial care.
At all?
No.
There's no Medicare plan you can buy that
You
includes
cannot.
it?
What it is, I had it marked here, that how Medicare plays a role in Medicare.gov. I did a little research on this. What it is, they pay for a type of care, but not custodial care. It's called, let me see. You have to qualify medically in order to have the physician okay.
That you need the extra care.
You need the extra care, and that's short-lived.
Would they allow you, even if it's paid a little, to stay at home? Or would you have to go into a facility?
Medicare is not paying anything.
Yeah, that was a dumb question, I guess.
Not a dumb question. People out here in the audience want to know.
Right.
Will they pay a little bit? No.
Do you get to choose where you go? Probably not.
Personal savings, long-term care insurance, which we offer, home equity, and you got to be careful with that, folks, when it comes to home equity, utilizing those funds for your custodial care, and I'm going to separate that. Custodial care can't perform 2 of 6 activities of daily living, and we take for granted.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, folks, if you want to know how to pay for your long-term care, just ask Freeman. Call us at 833-414-7233. Get your complimentary consultation. I want you to do that today. As a matter of fact, I'm throwing it again.
Yes,
We've got
let's do
a
it.
lot of folks who called in. Here's what happened. We said another 10. I want another 10 folks to call and schedule a complimentary consultation at 833-414-7233. And I want to tell you how to get my text. The 10 IRA mistakes, all right, and how to avoid the tax traps. I give this, autograph it, give it to my clients, keyword clients.
Yes.
Once you become a client, I want you to have this text as complimentary. There are 10 big pieces, I call them pieces, those chapters, that will help and guide you to avoid IRA mistakes and distributions. An update on critical care, what happens when you pay fees for a long period of time, and how those funds are left out of the compound interest. We even had a segment on that. So I want you to get that book. But first and foremost, when it comes to your financial literacy, when it comes to financial inventory, which covers a great deal, long-term care, your health coverage, distributions from your tax-qualified plans, several visits, folks. And we had mentioned earlier, I can't work in a cloud. Here's what I expect you to have. You'll need your Social Security statement. You can get that at ssa.gov. We will review your TSP document. You can get that at tsp.gov. Your 401k you can get from your HR, your 401k statement, your 403b statement. Any IRA or tax-qualified plans at various financial institutions like the Roth or brokerage firm, the traditional IRAs, mutual funds. We'll review those documents with you, and we start designing a plan, looking out for your best interest. So, folks, those items are needed. It's not a big pile of things. You'll be surprised, but it's needed for the financial inventory.
Absolutely.
How
do you know where you're going? You're like a ship without, wind in your sails and no target.
Exactly.
And that's so much. We've said it over and over. We were never taught this growing up, so don't feel bad. We're all in the same boat. I want to touch quickly. Sarah from Baltimore sent in an email and said she loves the show and she was wondering about reverse mortgage. She does not have children, but her niece says not to do reverse mortgage. Is that
Well,
taking equity out of your home
it's
to
taking-
pay for long-term care, or how does it work?
Well, it works. I'm not a big advocate of
Yeah.
that.
That's what she wants to know, if you like that or not.
Not necessarily. You're eligible at age 62. And usually, this is for people who are house rich
Gotcha.
and cash poor. Now, there's a lot of little different stipulations with this reverse mortgage. You live in the home, you either die, or if you move, that thing gets to piling up on you. That's the interest rates. You don't pay any principal and interest while you're a resident. You must maintain and keep the property up.
True.
But
Insurance, property taxes still.
Well, yes, but you don't pay no principal and no interest. But what if your loved ones do not wish to take over that home? It goes right back to the bank.
Gotcha.
Because it's got to be financed. You might have lived there 30 or 40 years till you in your 90s or age 100. So, not a big proponent of it.
Okay. But if someone's curious about it, Sarah, definitely give us a call and you can come in and sit with him and you can
Yeah, we
talk.
can-
Maybe it's right, but you don't advise
No.
it normally.
No, I don't. So if you want to know a little bit more, I can do the research and delve into the latest developments of this.
Offer, I guess.
yeah,
They change.
Yeah, it changes. It's changed since the 90s.
Okay.
And if you want to know more about it, besides all the information I've just shared with you, the financial inventory, the financial literacy, and the preparation for a beautiful retirement journey, you better call me at 833-414-7233. Just ask Freeman and hit that left. You see the barcode on the left? Scan that and schedule your appointment.
Isn't that neat? Takes you right to it.
It sure does. And we're getting ready to,
I know.
I always end it with the clock on the wall. You can see it right there, Becca.
It goes so fast. Sometimes you say, when we come back, I'm like, no, we're done.
We're
The
finished.
show's over.
That's it.
Thank you so much. We always learn so much from you.
Oh, I appreciate it. And it's a real pleasure being here. And folks, tune in the next time to Just Ask Freeman. If you want to know about financial literacy, go to that barcode and call us at 833-414-7233. And thanks for joining us again for another segment on financial literacy.
Good job. Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great week.
That was great.
All right.
That was so good.